Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about TPR, or Total Physical Response. If you're interested in working with VIPKID, or say you're a new teacher, that is a phrase that will come up quite frequently um, during your time with VIPKID or during your demo lesson. And that is something that VIPKID will expect from you when you're doing your demo lesson and when you are doing your classes. As something I never really heard of before I was at VIPKID, but really it's something that, if you really think about it, most people are quite familiar with it. So what it is, all total physical response is talking with your hands, pretty much. So, a lot like sign language, so to speak. And first, I want to start by explaining why TPR is important. It's important because, according to research, the more senses you involve in education, the more, especially with English language learners, the more movement, the more words they can associate with movement, the better they're going to understand the English word. And that's the research on that. So I'm going to start by just demonstrating some quick and easy things that you can do to help you with TPR. I wrote down a list here, and these are some things that I do on a pretty regular basis. So let me start like goodbye and hello. And sometimes some of these things you don't even think is TPR, but it really is. Goodbye, hello. A lot of times we talk about flags. So, you say flag. This is the American flag. Something like that. The students will have to read. So how you can prompt them to read is, can you read this for me? Or can you read this for me? That's reading. Sometimes the students, when you ask them a question, they'll give you a one-word answer. So, you say, what is this? And they'll say, flag. And you really want to encourage them to speak in full sentences. So you say, this is the American flag. And if they still say flag, I'll say, can you say, this say or speak, can you say it in a sentence? In this sentence. And they'll say, this is the American flag. So that's another thing you can do. A lot of times you may ask students to do to circle something on the screen. So, like, can you circle the word dog? Can you circle? Because that's one you can do. I know for the lower levels, like level 1 and level 2, and then I believe the grammar and free talk, like the more specialized lessons, that they have what's called a drag and drop feature. So a lot of times students will be on an iPad. So, what I do a lot of times, because, if I already have something on my screen, I'll actually just go to the back of my phone and I'll, be like, can you drag and drop, or drag, drop on the screen? So you can do that. Drink is super easy. It's just, what is the boy doing? He is drinking. Eat. What do you like to eat? So there's that. You can also, if you want to have a lot of high energy, high five or fist bump, when they do a good job. That's something that really will make a 2D classroom like this come alive. Because you're not there with the student, you need to do these things to make it exciting. Because they really are just looking at a screen. So whatever you can do to make the classroom fun and exciting. A lot of time we get into animals. So elephant, like the trunk. Bear, roar, or pig, clap. What is the girl doing? She is clapping. And also, anytime I ask a question, I try to do this, so so they kind of get the gist. Okay, he's asking a question, so it's like, what are they doing? What or how, and just something like that. There is also you can do feet, and I don't have to do feet. This is my foot, and stuff like that. I know there's a couple of slides where they talk about goggles, like swimming. So swimming, and like goggles. And they also, sometimes you'll have where they have to take a word and draw a line to the picture. So I'll say, can you match the word to the picture? Can you draw a line from the word to the picture? So I do that. Sometimes they might want to show you something, or they have a project they've done, or a painting or something. And so I'm like, can you show me it? Can you show me? So do that. You can do this for baby if you're talking about a baby. I know in level 3, I believe they discuss some of the slides discuss movement. So can you run slow? So this is slow. Can you run fast? For walk, I just do this. Walk. If you're talking about walk in the classroom. There is also, I know there's one about roller coasters. The roller coaster goes up and down. Up and down. So there's that. I know I have a couple level 5 students, and when we're discussing the qualities of a friend, we talk about a friend being helpful. So one of the things I do is I create a scenario. So what I do is, I fell. Can you help me? And they'll put their hand up on the screen. Yes, I can help you. What are you doing? I am being helpful. So you can do that, and then there's stop. Stop. So any of those things can be useful in the classroom, and the possibilities are endless. The key thing with TPR is when you use TPR, do it in a way that is not confusing to the student. If you're moving your hands and you're not quite sure what it means, the student's not going to know. So make sure when you use TPR, you are doing it in a way that makes sense, that's clear, that's coherent, that's it's understandable, and the student understands what you're doing. Otherwise, you might get a look like, what? So it is something that is awkward at first, especially if you're not used to talking with your hands, but it will help your students, and it really makes the classroom come alive, in my opinion. And back to research, according to research, students are more likely to catch on to that language and to catch on to those words in the English words that you're teaching when they can associate it with a movement, because it gets like muscle memory. They remember it more because more of the senses are being activated. So I hope this video helps you out. If you're like me during the application process and maybe you failed once or twice, don't give up. It's a great opportunity. I'm here to help. Here's my referral code. Please subscribe to my page, and I hope this helps you today. And if you need any advice or anything like that, especially if you know me personally, you can message me. Some of you may already have my phone number if you're interested. So that's all for today. Thank you.